Chris Buescher's 2024 NASCAR season just veered off course in a major way. What was shaping up to be a consistent, playoff-worthy campaign has now been thrown into uncertainty. The catalyst? A sudden, punishing penalty that knocked him from 12th all the way down to 24th in the Cup Series standings. The drop wasn't just steep, it was shocking. NASCAR's decision came midweek, right when most teams and fans were focused on preparing for the next event. Instead, they were hit with breaking news. Chris Buescher had been penalized after a post-race inspection at NASCAR's Research and Development Center revealed a serious rules infraction. It all started after the Kansas Speedway race, where Buescher had posted a solid top 10 finish.
All the way up top, Buescher.
He's on the outside, he's in position, he's got it.
And here comes Truex. They're going to close right to the two leaders. Coming to the line, crash together. I believe Buescher.
I think you're right, it's so close. This is going to be a huge win for Buescher. They're excited. I think it's him, Kevin.
That was incredible.
As part of NASCAR's routine checks, a few cars are randomly selected for a deep dive inspection. Buescher's number 17 was one of them, but instead of a clean bill of health, inspectors found a violation buried in the front bumper, specifically the front fascia area. To the casual viewer, this might sound like a minor technical detail, but in NASCAR, every millimeter of a car is regulated, and teams constantly walk the razor's edge between innovation and illegality. The violation fell under Rule 14.54G, which governs the construction of the front bumper cover. The rule states that non-metal reinforcements may be used, but only in a very restricted zone, 2 inches surrounding the foam energy-absorbing material. This space is carefully defined because changes here can alter the car's aerodynamics and crash performance. RFK Racing apparently pushed that boundary too far. The part in question extended beyond the approved limit, giving the impression, at least in NASCAR's eyes, that the team had engineered an unfair advantage. Whether it made the car faster is still debatable, but that doesn't matter in the rulebook. Crossing the line, even slightly, can bring massive consequences. And massive they were. NASCAR came down hard. A $75,000 fine for the team, a 2-race suspension for crew chief Scott Graves, and a staggering loss of 60 driver points, 60 owner points, and 5 playoff points. Let's be clear, this is one of the most significant penalties of the season so far. The points loss alone sent Buescher tumbling 12 spots in the standings. Before this, he was safely above the playoff cut line. Now, he's in 24th, scrambling to climb back into contention. This kind of drop highlights just how tight the competition is in 2024. Between 15th and 25th place, the gap is razor thin. Just a few dozen points separate the contenders. One bad finish, one mechanical issue, one penalty, and a driver can be out. It's that unforgiving. The blow to Buescher is especially painful because it comes at a time when RFK Racing was starting to show flashes of real competitiveness. It's not the first time they've run into trouble this year either. Earlier in the season, teammate Ryan Preece had a second-place finish stripped after his car was found with an illegal spoiler shim at Talladega. That disqualification cost him over 40 points. Despite that, Preece is hanging on to the final playoff spot, thanks in large part to 4 top 10 finishes in the opening 12 races. But it's been a rocky road, and co-owner Brad Keselowski, once a perennial contender, is struggling through a brutal stretch. He's suffered 5 DNFs this season, the most of any driver, and currently sits in 33rd place. In short, the team can't seem to catch a break, and it's a shame. Because just a year ago, Chris Buescher was one of the breakout stories of the season. He won 3 races over the summer and made it all the way to the round of 8 in the playoffs. It was a long overdue resurgence for a team that dominated the early 2000s. Rewind the clock to 2005, and Roush Racing, now RFK, was the team to beat. They put 5 cars into the playoffs, half the field. Drivers like Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards, and Greg Biffle were fixtures at the front, but the sport evolved, and RFK fell behind teams like Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs Racing, and Team Penske. Lately, though, there's been a pulse. Buescher qualifying second at Kansas showed real speed, but now, with this penalty, that qualifying effort is clouded with doubt. Was it legitimate? Did the illegal part give him an edge? NASCAR hasn't said and may never know, but the optics aren't good. With the penalty behind them, RFK Racing now has to regroup, and fast. The next race is the Coca-Cola 600, one of the most prestigious and physically demanding events on the NASCAR calendar. Held at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Memorial Day weekend, the 600-mile marathon is as much a mental test as it is a technical one. This year's race carries even more emotional weight. Jimmy Johnson, the 7-time Cup champion, will start his 700th career race, an extraordinary milestone in any era. He's not running full-time, but his presence is electric. His return this season has already made headlines with a surprise podium finish at Daytona. Before the Coca-Cola 600, Johnson will take part in the Indianapolis 500 festivities by giving none other than Tom Brady a ride in the fastest seat in sports. That segment, set to air on FOX before the Indy 500 broadcast, is a powerful cross-sport moment. Two 7-time champions, one race day. After the Indy ride-along, Johnson will fly back to Charlotte to suit up for the 600. Carvana has even designed a special commemorative paint scheme to mark his 700th start. It's a nod to both his legacy and his ongoing passion for the sport. Meanwhile, another big-name driver is chasing history. Kyle Larson is attempting the double, competing in both the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 on the same day. That's roughly 1,100 miles of racing across two different disciplines. Only a few drivers have tried it. Even fewer have completed it competitively. To make this happen, Hendrick Motorsports has tapped Justin Allgaier to be on standby. If weather or travel issues prevent Larson from making it back in time for the 600, Allgaier will step in. He's not just a backup, he's leading the Xfinity Series standings and recently won his first championship. Earlier this year, he made his Cup Series debut and finished 9th at Daytona. Not bad for a Plan B. This weekend, Allgaier will also handle practice and qualifying at North Wilkesboro Speedway to make sure the car is race-ready. He's not the flashiest name in the sport, but he's consistent, experienced, and more than capable of delivering a solid finish if called upon. As this dramatic weekend approaches, the spotlight will be split across multiple tracks, multiple legends, and multiple storylines. Whether it's Buescher trying to claw his way back into the playoff hunt, Johnson chasing legacy, or Larson attempting the impossible, one thing's clear: this isn't just racing, it's drama, it's history, and it's happening now. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more NASCAR updates, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a lap. We're just getting started.